from Norman Powell tonight, leading you guys. How important is it to get him going to like something close to what we saw earlier in the year, and how is he adjusting with the success of Zoo and Harden and even Kawhi around him, try to find and pick his spots?
It's just important to win. It don't matter who's playing well, whose night it is. And like I said, a while ago, Norman's been huge for us this year, especially with Kawhi missing over 50 games and 40 games, whatever it is. But he led us to scoring for a reason. He came in shape, ready to go, and he can score in bunches. And he's been huge for us all season long. And so I'm not gonna put the pressure on him having to get going or having to score. Like, just play the right way and win games. So we're gonna need Norm. We're gonna need all of our guys to be special, all the way out. And so Norm was just being Norm tonight. We needed it, with Kawhi being out. But with our team playing better, with individuals playing better, we just gotta play the right way and win the game.
Ty, is there anything that Zoo does now that even surprises you, considering how he's played this season?
No, I mean, he's touch around the rim, left hand, right hand, in the pocket with the floaters, which he developed. Jay Larinaga has been doing a great job just working with him every single day with his touch, around the basket. But the most impressive thing is just rebounding the basketball the way he's been doing.
Does he seem in better shape to you than years past?
Yes.
Any insight on what maybe might have changed going into this season for him?
I think, having to play more minutes, was huge, but I thought he had a great training camp as well. Just coming in, being in decent shape, but then getting in better shape throughout training camp. And, we've been having to lean on him a lot this season. So I think just got in really good shape, just playing a lot throughout the course of the season.
Coach, you guys started off pretty slow in the first half. Did anything that you told him in the second half at halftime to kind of get the flow back, or?
Yeah, I mean, we're playing for something. Like, we have a chance to do some special things, and we can't mess around with this game. And so I know a few of the guys were tired, and James being one of them. Said he thought he was stuck in mud, but other guys stepped up. Bogey out the bench, Zoo, Norm scoring the basketball, DJ was huge scoring the basketball. And so we was able to take some pressure off of James, on a night like this where he's feeling tired and sluggish. And so just however we got to do, whatever we got to do to win the game, and fight through it. And I thought our guys did a better job in the second half.
It's been a while since we saw Jeff on the sidelines. Just how was it having him back and getting him back, especially before the season ended?
No, it was great. And like I said, Britton O'Connor did a great job, in JBG's absence, but we definitely missed him, And so having him back, is huge. It's huge for us, and like I said, that's what's so important about building a great coaching staff. He goes down, VOC steps in, I go down, B. Shaw steps in, and everybody moves up, and so just in it together. Players, coaches, we're all in it together, and when a guy goes down, we have his back, and so it's really good to have him back.
Coach, 17 turnovers today, but a lot of live ball turnovers. I know these are things that you want your guys to continue to focus on as you guys get ready for the playoffs. Those live ball turnovers, what was it that San Antonio was doing that was forcing the turnovers that you saw on your end?
They were being aggressive. I thought they were really physical, getting to the ball, trying to pressure. And Caps did a good job of pressuring James all night, just trying to wear him down. And so we've been really good lately, just taking care of the basketball, make sure we're not turning it over. Tonight, we had a little slip in that department. So just their physicality, just their ball pressure, it hurt us a little bit.
And your point of attack defense, it seemed like San Antonio, Castle, Johnson, and Wesley seemed like they put emphasis on touching the paint. Were you proud of you guys' point of attack defense that you saw tonight?
No.
I don't think so. Thanks. I don't think so. No.
Ty, anything can happen over the next couple of days here with the season, but given how well you guys have played here, how important is it for you to potentially have a home court advantage series starting here?
We're just taking it one game at a time, Tomer. But from where we come from and now where we're at, just we want to get in, without having to play in the play-in game. And so we're taking it one step at a time, one game at a time. But if we was able to get, like I said, home court, that would be very special, especially how well we've been playing at home. And our guys have done a good job to get to this point, so we control our own destiny.
Phrase it this way then, has this felt like, as you guys have kind of picked up steam here, has this felt like much more of a home court than maybe early in the year or years past?
Yes.
Any big changes that you've kind of noticed as the years go on?
We have our own building. We don't have to worry about other banners hanging up. I mean, we don't share arena like this is home. And so, you know, like I said, Mr. Palmer said when he first took over the team that he was gonna build an arena, and so it's here. And I know we struggled early on; it didn't look good for us, but ever since that, you know, I thought we did a good job of just having home court advantage. The wall's been great, our fans have been great, and we just gotta continue to keep building off of it.
Anytime.
How you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Yeah, obviously Kawhi didn't play tonight, but as great as he's been playing lately, I wondered, like, is there something that you see from him or about him or how he goes that kind of indicates to you, like, yeah, he feels like Kawhi?
When he's getting to a spot and he has that pop, you know, he's back to being who he is. And then also, look at rebounding. When he's rebounding basketball at a high level, you can tell that he's feeling good. So I'm glad we got him in a good place. You know, right now he's been playing well. He's feeling good, and we just got, like I said, just continue to keep building off what we've been doing, and for these last 3 games.
Coach, you aforementioned about your coaching staff and how important it is to have coaches on the bench that you can rely on and step in where need be. I'm curious, for you, what type of development does that look like throughout the year in you developing coaches?
Well, our coaches are old as hell. So, better go with me. With B. Shaw, JVG, Larry Drew, you know, those guys, but they've been around and they've seen a lot. And so I always lean on those guys a lot, you know, so it's just not me. And that's why I always give a lot of credit to our coaching staff, you know, from player development all the way, you know, up to JVG, J. Larry Nagel, BOC, like all of our guys has, you know, been doing a good job. And I trust them. They're not afraid to tell me the truth if I'm messing up, you know, and things that they see. And you need that as a coach, you know, and so to get better and have guys in your corner that, you know, well, Dante talks a lot, but, you know, Dante Jones, who's always, you know, just have a lot of ideas and, you know, they channel things and try to, you know, come to you with a lot of different things. And so I'll listen, you know, and it's good, like I said, just to have those guys around and developing Jeremy Castleberry, like you said, Dante Jones, Cookie Belcher, Sean Fine, Chris Holguin, Connor Dunleavy, and probably Amir Johnson. So I'm probably missing some guys, but like I said, just being able to develop those guys and those guys listen to me, but also being able to, you know, get development from LD and Jeff Van Gundy and B. Shaw. So we're all connected.
And then Zoo, his game is a relic of times past. He's a big man that plays with his back to the basket. Has he crossed the threshold of being a dominant big man in his game?
I would say so. I mean, teams are double teaming him. You haven't seen too many teams play him one-on-one. Like they're coming to double, they're trying to front the post and mixing up coverages. But I would say the year he's having right now, he's for sure dominant.
Thank you.
Take the shots that are open and what the defense is giving me. But we knew we didn't like the way we played, especially defensively, in the first 24 minutes. So being able to, you know, get that bucket, get a stop, get another bucket was big for the momentum of the game for us as a team. We were able to push the lead comfortably. They may come back, you know, they're young, they fight, they scrap, they play hard, they play together. So it was a good battle for us, good test for us to be locked in mentally in aspects of the game.
Is there something that Zoo does that still surprises you, even with the season that he's had?
No, man. I expect this from Big Zoo. I mean, watching him play on his national team, the things he does for them, and then being able to translate it, especially this season, with the opportunity he's been given. He's come up big for us, you know, multiple nights. I mean, this is another 2020 game for him. But I mean, it's what we needed from him, what we need from him every single night, and he's been providing that. And so hats off for him for his focus and his durability throughout the course of the season. He's a big part of what we do.
Do you feel like you need to see everyone on this team kind of clicking at the same time, or do you think it's maybe more of a positive that you guys have been able to win games, but not everyone has been, you know, having a hot shooting night every night?
Yeah, I mean that's the course of the NBA, and we play games damn near every single night, every other night. You know, some nights it's gonna be your night, some nights it's not. You know, that's what the team game of basketball is. You know, you got guys that can do a bunch of different things, you know, that can provide that spark every single night. That's why you're on good teams. That's why you're on contending teams in the playoffs. You got good guys that you can plug and play, and they're going to be able to lift guys up and do certain things on certain nights that we need to pull out wins. And that's what this team and organization has been about throughout the years.
No, I know you guys are just taking things one game at a time, but you moved into the 4th seed with tonight's win. Just how big would it be with the way that the fans have been supporting you to potentially host a first-round series?
I mean, it's big time. You know, home court advantage is huge, especially in the playoffs. You know, so you know it's a tight race. It's going to come down to the last game of the season. For us, you know, we're focusing, like you said, one game at a time. You know, we're not looking ahead and you know, relaxing. You know, we got to be able to pick up all these wins to finish out the season, and we're focusing on making sure we're playing the brand of basketball that we want going into the playoffs. You know, we definitely want to be in that play-in. So the fact that we're in 4th is good, but you know we got to handle the Rockets tomorrow and then move on from there. But we're focused on getting the wins and making sure everybody's playing the style of basketball we want on both sides of the floor.
How would you describe how you work with Bogey when y'all are on the floor together? Like, it's never been a player like him that you can feel like you play like or that plays like him before.
When you're able to play with a guy who's also versatile and you know sees the game and is also experienced. And me and Bogey go back a long time, and it's one of my guys early on in the league. We built a friendship talking whenever we played against each other, showing love to each other. So I love that he's on the team, and it's just a lot of talking. You know, knowing what plays we run, you know, letting them know, like, hey, you come off, I'm gonna get you open this time, whatever it is. But it's a lot of communication. He's a great guy on and off the floor, but he's very skilled, so it's easy to talk to and see what we can do and how we can attack the game when we're both on the floor.
Ty said coming into the second half that you guys kind of locked in because you want to do some. This is a team that wants to do some special things.
Yeah.
What's that mean to you?
I mean, we have a high ceiling for ourselves. You know, no matter what's said about us, you know, I think everybody knows that by now. We've said it enough throughout the course of the year. You know, we have unwavering belief in what we can do and what we can achieve. You know, and with everybody healthy and everybody, like I said, playing the brand of basketball we want. You know, I think we can make a deep playoff run and get to the finals and win a championship. I think this is a championship-built team with the experience and the veteran guys on this team and guys who are selfless and able to fly around and sacrifice themselves to make sure that we are playing winning basketball.
Aside from the personnel and the experience that you guys have, what have you seen from this team that leads you to believe that you guys can go far?
I mean, we're tough, you know, especially 1 through 15. You know, whoever you put on that floor is going to compete. You know, is going to fight. You know, guys can be out, guys can be resting, guys can be hurt. But you know, the guys that step on that floor is going to give you a full 48-minute battle. And that's what you need, especially in these playoffs when things slow down, things get physical, you know, and being able to lock in. I think we've shown our mental fortitude and toughness, going through some tough stretches early on in the year, some losses that we think we should have won. Being able to bounce back with that is huge for the playoffs because, you know, every game is different, but having guys that have that mental fortitude and toughness to lock in each and every game, each and every night is huge, and that's what you need in the playoffs.
Thanks, Norm.
Taking things one game at a time, but with tonight's win, you moved into 4th. Just what would it mean to be able to host a first-round playoff series here with the way the fans have been coming out recently?
It would be great. Lately, fans are really amazing, really great. We got a lot of support from them, a lot of push in the games. I think hosting a playoff series is not something, you know, we hope at the beginning of the season. I mean, we hope, but it's really great to be in this position. So one game at a time, try to win out, you know, for the rest of the season, and see where we at.
So this is a bad rebounding team in years past. Like, look, it's the best defensive rebounding team in the entire league. That's kind of like how y'all been so good defensively. What has that meant to you, and what has that meant as far as, like, you know, how they rely on you to be that guy on the board?
A lot. Every year we kind of mention it, like we're a bad defensive transition team and bad defensive rebounding team. That was really something I wanted to get better at. That's something I can directly control. And JVG being able to even push me a lot, you know, push the whole team a lot, that we got to be better in those two areas. And we're doing a great job in defensive rebounding, and I think we're getting better with defensive transition as well.
What does it mean to you to hear people say that you're one of the top 2, 3 best hitters in the NBA, one of the most dominant guys around right now?
Means a lot. Means a lot, but I don't really pay attention to it much. Just want to play my best, want to get better, and help the team win. That means I'm one of the best bigs, so big, but I just want to win and help my teammates make their life easier going forward.
Did you do anything differently during the offseason to prepare for the season?
No.
Lose weight, fit in shape?
No, I actually gained some weight, so I think it was good weight. But no, I did the same stuff, worked on my body, worked on my game, and I think it's just bigger opportunity, bigger chance I got, more touches and more minutes. I think I'm using it right.
This is a career high 77 games for you now in the season. That
it?
76 was your previous. How no one knows? Yeah, it's your previous now 77. You could play 80. I think Ty's talked a lot about wanting to preserve you and not kind of burn you out during the season, but you're almost going to play 80 games. You've played 33 minutes a night all season. Just how have you been able to up that part of your game, the conditioning and being able to be available?
I think before every season my goal is to play 82 and try to be out there every single night. But I would say last month before training camp, I kind of added a lot of conditioning stuff to my workouts because I knew I'm going to be out there more than a year before, and paid off. And really taking care of my body, lifting a lot, getting into treatments, massages, cold cups, and stuff like that. So I feel really good. I feel like. Some nights I even feel like I could play the whole game, and feel really good, man.
James the other day was talking about like your strong communication and receptiveness to feedback and explains strong chemistry. How do you view those different responsibilities? All that.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. It's just he's one of the best ever, and when he got something to say, you got to take the critic. You can't be very smart about him. He's been through it all. And it's when it's coming from a place of him wanting for me to get better, or the other guys, we're gonna listen, and it goes both ways. So it's been really big in our relationship on the court, up the court, the whole team. Like just being able to talk to each other, give a critic, take a critic, and it got in us all better.
Zoo, I know we've always asked you throughout the season, what's gone into you having the type of season that you have, but the minutes that you're playing is the uptick in touches. Has that given you more confidence to play at the level that you're at?
Yeah, for sure.
You're going to be on the floor for so much.
Yeah, that means a lot to me. I know I'm going to be out there for a lot, so even sometimes if I don't start the game well, I don't put pressure on myself. I know I'm going to get back out there. I know teammates and coaches are going to trust me, and they're going to go back to me. So that really helps me with a rhythm and confidence. So I would say that's pretty big for me.
Thanks, Sue. Can I?
Last one, go ahead.
Quiet question for you real quick. How can you tell when he's feeling like himself? Is there something about the way he...
Well, I don't know. He's just... I don't know. The first game he was back, I could tell he's Kawhi Leonard, He's always, no matter how long he's been out or whatever minute restriction he got or whatever, he's always going to get to his spot. He's always going to take the same shots. I don't know. He feels every game he looks the same to me.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Leo.
Yep.